In this Binance tutorial for beginners, I will guide you step by step on how to use Binance. If I can't trade on Binance, you can do it. To get started, let's sign up for a new Binance account. You can either scan the QR code that just appeared on your screen or click on the link in the pinned comment or in the description of this video. All three methods provide the best current sign-up bonus for your registration. On this sign-up page of Binance, you can choose to continue your registration with email or phone, or with your Google or Apple account. The decision is yours, but personally, I prefer using Gmail because it's easy to lose your phone, and I have set up a Gmail account just for my crypto activities. In case you chose Gmail like me, you just need to follow the different prompts and voila, your account is opened. If you chose the standard email procedure, it's fairly similar and simple. Now, for a clean start, I advise you to try to reach the dashboard of your account first. The dashboard might seem a bit overwhelming at first, but don't worry, we'll go through everything together. Let's start with some basic security measures that are extremely important and will make a difference between you and other potential victims of fraud. First step, please bookmark this page to your favorite bar. This will allow you to easily access it in the future without the need to type Binance on Google or click on any uncertain links. Creating a bookmark is the best way to make sure you don't end up on a fake Binance website. Unfortunately, there are several fake ones going around online. Second step, let's directly increase the security of your account. To do this, click on your profile in the top right corner and then select Account. Now, security here on the left. On this page, you will be able to set up two-factor authentication for your account. There are several methods available, but for beginners, I would recommend using an authenticator app. Using a phone number alone is not secure enough, as it can be vulnerable to SIM swap attacks. Therefore, using an authenticator app is a better alternative. If you are already familiar with the authenticator app process, you can use the app you are currently using. However, if you have never used this method before, follow along with me. Simply click on Manage here and then click on Download Authenticator app here. This will take you to a page where you can click on Authenticator here and then download the application onto your phone. To do this, simply scan the QR code that appears when you hover over the appropriate model of your phone. Once you've downloaded the app on your phone, simply launch it and look for the button that says Scan QR code. Now let's make sure we have the correct QR code displayed. To do that, go back to the previous page of the Authenticator app and click on Enable Authenticator app. It will first send an email with a code to your email address. Just enter it here. And voila, you'll find the QR code that you need to scan with your phone. I recommend that you write down this code as well and keep the paper in a secure location that only you can access. This code will enable you to recover your authenticator in the event that you lose your phone. To verify that everything works fine, it will then just ask you to enter the code that shows up on your phone in this box here. It worked. You can now go back by clicking on Security. For beginners, that's already pretty good. Now, if you're interested in taking an extra step, you could consider using a passkey like a YubiKey. It's exactly what I personally use. Think of it as a USB key that you insert into the USB port of your computer to access your account on platforms like Binance. I use it for all my cryptocurrency exchanges and it's safely hidden somewhere in my place. Without it, it's nearly impossible for anyone to access my accounts. I genuinely believe it's a great solution. If you're interested, you can find more information and purchase the device from the link provided in the description below. The next step to enhance your protection against fraud involves using the anti-phishing code feature. This useful option helps you differentiate between legitimate emails from Binance and potential phishing scams. When you receive an email from Binance, it's important to verify that the anti-phishing code is correctly displayed. If the code is missing or incorrect, it could indicate a phishing attempt. To create your own anti-phishing code, simply click on anti-phishing code here and then create anti-phishing code. You can now enter a code that is easy for you to remember. After submitting, you will be prompted to enter the authenticator code for validation. Once completed, click on the Security tab to return. Great job! Your security measures have been successfully set up. Now let's move on to the next step in this tutorial, which is identity verification. So, generally speaking, identity verification is not mandatory and exchanges will have different rules. However, in the case of Binance, to be honest, you won't be able to do much without verifying your identity. So go ahead and click on Identity Verification here. Then click on Get Verified. After that, you need to go through each of the steps that will show up. It's fairly straightforward. The first thing is to confirm your country. You will be able to verify your identity with your ID, passport, or driver's license. Then you want to enter all your personal information here. Then you need to verify your identity using an ID card, a passport, or a driver's license for this and click on Continue. You will need to upload a photo of the document or to show it with your webcam. If you chose to use your webcam, you have to click on Take Photo here. The browser then just asked for permission to use the webcam of your computer. Just click on Allow. The camera will open up and you can hold your ID card in front of it, click the aperture button and then click on Continue. The next steps are going to be the advanced verification process. Here they just want to verify that you are a real person and not someone who stole an ID card. So they will first ask to take a picture of yourself. Next step is then to take a video of you performing some given actions like nodding your head. Again, don't be scared, it's just to verify that the person on the ID and the person in the webcam are the same person. You can do this step with your webcam again. Altogether, this identity verification process only takes a few minutes. The longest part will actually be the next step, the verification step. But here's the good news, you don't have to do anything. It's all taken care of by Binance. According to the message, it may take a couple of hours for most people, while some might have to wait a bit longer. However, in my experience, I only had to wait a few minutes. So go ahead and hit Close for now. Let's go to the identification dashboard for now. Once you're verified, you'll receive an email and it will be shown here. And voila, congratulations, you're now all set up to begin your trading journey. Now let's see how to fund your account. The first and simplest way to purchase cryptocurrency is by using a credit card. However, there's a catch. This method also comes with the highest fees. Specifically, you'll be charged 1.8% of fees on your deposit. So, I'll still explain how you can do it with a credit card, but I don't really recommend this method once you're beyond the beginner level. Also, the big problem is that for now, you can only buy with a Visa card. To make a purchase using a credit card, let's start by locating the Buy Crypto section at the top. On this new web page, you will need to first choose the amount of money you want to spend in the currency you want. For example, let's put 500 euros here. Then just below, select the cryptocurrency that you want to buy. So, as beginners, let's start by selecting Ethereum here. ETH is just the ticker for Ethereum. You will then see approximately how much Ethereum you will get for spending $500. Now click on the Pay With section. If you'd like to use a MasterCard, you will have to go through a third-party provider, which can be quite costly. So I advise you to not use this third-party option. Instead, use the bank transfer method that I'll explain in just a moment. So, if you have a Visa, click on Card and then Confirm. Then you can click on Add New Card button here to add your Visa card. You now just need to enter your card number, expiration date and card code. After clicking Confirm, you might need to confirm the transaction based on the various security measures implemented by your credit card provider. Once you have completed the confirmation, your payment will be processed. And voila, your Ethereum in this example, or any other cryptocurrency you may have purchased with this credit card method, will be safely stored in your Binance wallet. And once again, using this method, I had to pay a small fee of 1.8%, which comes out to about $10 in this example. The second and most convenient way to purchase cryptocurrency is by sending money to your Binance account through a direct bank deposit. By using this method, you can enjoy significantly lower fees. Now let's go through the steps on how to do it. Simply navigate to the top section and find the yellow button labeled Deposit. Click on it and select Bank Deposit. Here you will find the currency options. For this example, I will select Euros, but there are many other possibilities. Just below, you will find different payment methods available, including bank transfer SEPA, which only charges a €1 fee regardless of the amount deposited. This is a huge contrast to the $10 fee charged in the previous example with the credit card method. Once you've selected bank transfer, you can enter the amount you wish to transfer to your Binance account. For example, let's use $500 to compare the fees with the previous method. Below, you'll see a confirmation that only a €1 fee will be charged. Then simply click on Continue. Now, you will find all the information of the bank account where you need to wire the money to. It's important to ensure that you use the right reference code, otherwise your funds won't be accepted. This code allows them to identify which Binance account the transfer belongs to. Please use this information to go to your bank account and transfer the money. Typically, this process takes about a few hours to send the amounts. However, the time may vary depending on your bank account. It might take 1 to 2 days for the funds to appear in your Binance account. In any case, you'll receive an email once the funds are in your wallet. Once the bank deposit has been made, you will have received your funds in your Binance wallet account. If you want to buy crypto using your funds, it is quite simple. To begin, click on the Buy Crypto button located at the top of the page. Let's say you want to use €80 to purchase Ethereum. In the Spend and Receive sections, enter the necessary information accordingly. Moving on to the Pay With section, a new pop-up will appear. From there, select the Wallet option. Here, you will see that I already have €91 in my Binance wallet. Choose your wallet and click on the Confirm button. Now, proceed by clicking on Buy ETH. This action will lead you to a confirmation page. Take a moment to carefully review the details and ensure there are no errors. Once you are satisfied, click on the Confirm button. Congratulations! You have successfully purchased Ethereum. For verification, you can click on the View Wallet button. This will display your Ethereum holdings, which in this example is around €80. Additionally, you will notice that I still have approximately €10 remaining from my initial €90. Any other cryptocurrencies you may possess will also be visible on this page. As you can see, I have some dust of Terra Classic and Bitcoin here. If you already have cryptocurrencies on other exchanges, you can also easily transfer them to your Binance account, as long as Binance supports the cryptocurrency you want to deposit. Here's how you can do it. Click on the yellow Deposit button. You'll see a list of available options. Just click on Deposit Crypto. Now, it's crucial to be careful when making a deposit. Make sure you select the correct coin. For this example, let's choose Bitcoin. Be careful now for the network option. If you accidentally send Bitcoin to an address through the Ethereum network, you'll lose your Bitcoin. So, double-check your selection before proceeding. In our case, we are selecting the Bitcoin network. Once you've made your selection, you'll be provided with an address where you should send your Bitcoin. You can easily copy the address by clicking on Copy Address. After that, go to your wallet or your other exchange to initiate the transaction using the copied address from Binance. Your Bitcoin will then be credited to your Binance account. Usually, it takes around 5 minutes for the Bitcoin to arrive depending on the current transaction volume, which means it's a quick process. Now, the opposite of depositing cryptocurrency is called withdrawing. When you withdraw, it means that you either want to send back some fiat currency to your bank account, or you want to transfer crypto from your Binance wallet to another exchange or your personal wallet, such as MetaMask. To do that, you need to go click on your profile here, then click on the withdraw button up here. By default, the withdrawal currency is set to fiat currency, allowing you to transfer funds back to your bank account. You have the option to withdraw any type of fiat currency using the provided drop-down menu. Just below, you will find a selection of different transfer methods. If you're looking to minimize fees, it is recommended to opt for a bank transfer. Below, you'll see a small fee. Here, it's €1. Click Continue to move forward. Now, input your withdrawal amount, say €50. Here, you can see the small fee again. Once you click Continue, you'll be asked for your IBAN or other required withdrawal details. Now, if you prefer to withdraw cryptocurrency instead, just click on the Withdraw Crypto option. Then select the specific cryptocurrency you wish to withdraw from your Binance account from the drop-down menu. You will see a list of all the cryptocurrencies available in your Binance account. Let's take USDT as an example here. We need to provide the recipient address, which is where you want to send the USDT. It's really important to make sure that you enter or copy the correct address here. Otherwise, there's a risk of losing your coins by sending them to the wrong address. It's kind of like sending an email with a typo in the address and not knowing where it will end up. Next, you need to decide which network you want to send the USDT in. Just like the deposit process we talked about earlier, you have to send the currency to a wallet address with correct supported network. For example, in a USDT withdrawal, you have all these different networks possible. So if I send to an Optimism address, I need to select the Optimism network and not another one. Once you've entered the recipient address and the right network, you can specify the amount you want to send. For example, if you want to send 50 USDT, the platform will show you the actual amount of USDT you'll receive after deducting a small fee used by Binance to process the transaction. One of the reasons I like using Binance is that the fees on this platform are usually low overall. Once everything is good to go, simply click on the Withdraw button. Your transfer will then be processed and you can expect your USDT or other cryptocurrencies to arrive in your other wallet or cryptocurrency exchange within approximately 10 minutes. Please note that for fiat withdrawals, it may take a couple of days. Let's talk about the fees now. To access the fee schedule for trading on the platform, simply scroll down and click on the Fees section. As mentioned earlier, one of the great advantages of using Binance is its low fees compared to exchanges like Coinbase. Here, you can see that you only pay 0.1% fee while spot trading on Binance. By choosing Binance for buying and trading cryptocurrency, you can actually save a significant amount on fees. What's even better is that you have the opportunity to further reduce your fees. If you signed up for Binance using my personal referral code, available in the description or during the sign-up process, you will receive an extra discount on your trading fees. Another way to decrease your fees is by using BNB coin to pay for your trading fees. By holding BNB in your Binance account and enabling this feature on the platform, you can enjoy a generous 25% discount on your trading fees. Now that's a great way to save some extra money. Alright, let's now explore how to trade cryptocurrency on the Binance exchange. The first way to trade is through the Convert and Block Trade feature, which can be found under the Trade button. Within this feature, you will notice two different tabs, the Market tab and the Limit tab. If you stay on the Market tab, you will be able to convert cryptocurrencies in your account into other cryptocurrencies at the current market price immediately. It's a simple process. It's great if you only plan to make one trade per month and hold your crypto without making any further changes. There's no need to learn more complicated things. Let's take a look at it. First, just make sure the spot tick box is checked here so that your spot balance will be used for the convert feature. Let's say we want to convert my Bitcoin into USDT. USDT is what is called a stable coin, meaning it is designed to maintain a value of $1 as it is pegged to the value of $1. In this case, we'll be converting from Bitcoin, the initial currency, to USDT, the target currency. There are two ways to specify the amount. You can manually enter the desired amount here, or you can click on the numbers here to convert the maximum amount available. After I've made my selection, I can click on Preview Conversion to see the current quote, which might change every few seconds. It's important to note that the conversion rate is guaranteed for only a short period of time, so I should confirm the conversion within that time frame. Once I'm ready, I'll click on Convert to start the conversion process. Once the conversion is confirmed, the process will be complete. In this case, I've successfully converted my Bitcoin into USDT. Now let's see what is this limit tab up there. This tab is a bit more advanced and may not be necessary if you prefer simpler tasks. But if you're up for leveling up your skills, let me explain how the limit tab works. When you go to the limit tab, you have the option to place a limit order. So let's say you want to buy some Bitcoin. Currently, a Bitcoin is worth, let's say, $50,000, but you have a hunch that the price might drop to $36,000 in a flash crash, possibly while you're asleep, and you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. So you can place a limit order here that specifies the amount of Bitcoin you want to buy, but only if the price reaches $36,000 in the future. That's it. With a limit order, you have control over the price you're willing to pay for an item. Just remember that the order will only be executed when the market price hits your desired price, so it might not happen right away. However, using a limit order ensures that you won't exceed the price you've set when purchasing the item. Let me give you an example to make things clearer. Suppose I want to use some USDT to buy Ethereum. In the From section, select USDT. Make sure that the To section is set to Ethereum. Now, I need to decide how much USDT I want to spend. Let's say I want to spend 10 USDT, and here's the price I'm willing to pay. Currently, the price for 1 Ethereum is 3,061 USDT. However, I prefer to pay a bit less than that, so I'll set it to 2,500 USDT per Ethereum. If this limit order is executed, I will get this much Ethereum. Now, by default, this limit order will stay active for 30 days. But if you click on the small wheel up here at the top, you can specify how long the order will remain active. Let's say I set it to 3 days. If the order isn't filled within that time, it will be automatically cancelled. Once I click on Place Order and confirm it, the order will be placed. Once the price reaches the one I've set, the order will be filled. To manage my orders, I can go to the Orders section. There I can view all of my limit orders that haven't been filled yet. If I wish to cancel an order, I can simply click on Cancel and it will be cancelled. The next way to trade your crypto is to use the spot trading interface. So this page might seem a bit overwhelming, but don't worry, it's actually pretty simple. So when we take a look at this page, the first thing we notice is the candlestick chart in the center. This candle chart gives us an overview of how the price of Bitcoin has been moving within a certain period of time. Right now, it is set to 1 day, which means that each candlestick represents 1 day. The graph as a whole shows us multiple periods within the selected time frame, as you can see at the bottom here. You can use your mouse to scroll and adjust the number of periods shown. If you prefer, you can also switch the time frame to 1 hour. This will show you a candle chart where each candlestick represents just 1 hour. No matter which time frame you choose for the candlestick, 1 day, 1 hour, or 1 minute, the interpretation remains the same. Let me use the 1D time frame as an example. With this candle, the starting point tells us the price of Bitcoin at the beginning of the day, while the top represents the price at the end of the day. Furthermore, you'll notice smaller lines at the top and bottom, which indicate the range of prices that Bitcoin traded within on that specific day. The bar starts at the lowest price and ends at the highest price reached during that time frame, showing us the entire trading range for Bitcoin. Above the graph, you will find the current chosen currency pair for trading on the exchange. At the moment, it is set to BTC-USDT, which stands for Bitcoin versus US dollar Tether. US dollar Tether is a stable coin that is tied to the value of the US dollar, so its price moves in sync with that of US dollars. If you want, you can easily change the trading pair here. For example, I can select the Ethereum USDT trading pair. And of course, we can change it to any other cryptocurrency that you wish to buy, as long as it is supported by Binance. Next to the trading pair, sometimes you'll notice a 10x here. This indicates that you have the option to trade this currency pair with margin trading, which means you can use leverage of up to 10 times. On the right side of the currency pair, you can see the current trading price. Additionally, the 24-hour change is displayed, indicating the percentage by which Bitcoin's value has changed against the US dollar in the last 24 hours. The highest and lowest prices during this period are also provided, giving you an idea of the trading range for Bitcoin. Furthermore, you can see the volume of Bitcoin and US dollar Tether that has been traded. Below the graph, you will find the trading volume, which shows the amount of trading activity during the selected time frame. On the left side of the chart, you'll see the order book. At the top, there are red prices representing the prices at which people are currently willing to sell. At the bottom, there are green prices representing the prices at which people are willing to buy Bitcoin. These are limit orders, as we discussed earlier. And on the right of the screen, you can view the most recent trades, including the specific price at which Bitcoin was traded and the quantity of Bitcoin that was traded. Now let's see how to place orders. It all happens on this part of the screen. Now, let's talk about market orders and limit orders. A market order is used when you want to buy Bitcoin quickly at the current market price. To place a market order, select the market order option and enter the desired amount. For example, you can enter 10 USDT as the total amount you want to spend. Alternatively, you can change the input to amount and enter the quantity of Bitcoin you want to buy. You can also use this slider, which represents a scale from 0 to 100% of your available funds. Once you are ready to buy, click on the Buy Bitcoin button. The order will be processed immediately, taking advantage of the best available price that you can see in the order book. At the bottom left of the screen, you can review all the details of your transaction by clicking on Order History. There you can see the purchase price, order type, market order, and the amount of Bitcoin purchased. Now let's move on to limit orders. A limit order is more advanced and is optional if you prefer simpler tasks. Let's say you want to buy Bitcoin, but you believe the price might drop to $36,000 in a flash crash, possibly while you're asleep, and you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. In this case, you can place a limit order to buy a specific amount of Bitcoin, but only if the price reaches $36,000 in the future. With the limit order, you have control over the price you're willing to pay. Just keep in mind that the order will only be executed when the market price reaches your desired price, so it might not happen immediately. If we continue with this example using a real limit order, enter $36,000 as the price you're willing to buy and specify the amount of Bitcoin you would like to purchase. Below, you'll see a slider that allows you to quickly adjust the amount of Bitcoin and the corresponding USDT that you want to spend. Once you click on the Buy BTC button, your limit order will be placed in the green order book even though it won't be visible. However, you can check the Open Order tab at the bottom left corner of the screen to see your active limit order. As you can see, it retains all the characteristics we discussed earlier. Currently, it shows a 0% fill rate, which is normal because the triggered price for this order hasn't been reached yet. You can cancel the order by simply clicking on the dustbin icon. Let's see Binance Earn now. Binance Earn provides a great opportunity to earn interest on the cryptocurrency you hold in your Binance account, similar to a savings account at a traditional bank. When you go to Binance Earn, you will find various options to earn interest on your cryptocurrency. You can see here all the different cryptocurrencies that are eligible to Binance Earn. The interest rate depends on the specific cryptocurrency, with some offering higher rates than others. There are two types of investment terms available: flexible terms and fixed terms. The flexible terms allow you to withdraw your cryptocurrency at any time while still earning interest. With the fixed terms, you lock up your cryptocurrency for a specific period, and the longer you lock it up, the higher the yield will be. If you click on Subscribe for Solana, you'll find that locking up your Solanas for 120 days earns 8.5% interest, for 30 days earns 4.69%, and opting for the flexible option without locking them up earns just 0.58%. Then you just have to choose the amount of cryptocurrency you want to lend out. You can also click on Max to lend out the maximum amount available in your Binance account. Once you confirm the transaction, you will start earning passive income on the lent cryptocurrency. You will also see here an option called Auto Subscribe. This feature will automatically renew any locked products you have chosen when they reach the end of the selected period. Binance Earn offers other possibilities such as Launch Pool and BNB Vault, but they are a bit more complex. For now, the information provided should be enough. If you are interested in learning more about how to use other crypto platforms, you can check out my other videos. And remember, only invest money that you can afford to lose. Have fun on Binance!